Hello members of Bushy Shul. I'm Howard Marco, married to Penny. We've lived in Bushy Heath for 11 years and we've been members of the Shul for the same amount of time. Most of my working life has been involved in the formal menswear industry. I was a retailer in the central London and in the city for many years. I'm still involved in menswear, but I've also changed direction and I carry out Toastmaster work. I'm also a Master of Ceremonies, an announcer and public speaking coach. We were due to have a party here last Sunday, 31st of May, for 70 guests. That's a lot of people. Why 70 guests? The next day, June the 1st, was my birthday. The very kind Rabbi Nick rang me to wish me Mazel Tov, and he asked what I like to do, the thought of the day. We've got a lot of time to think while we're locked in. I said, yes, that's a good idea. 3 school year and 10, my birthday, time to reflect. I'll give it some good thought and get back to you. So here I am. I'm going to begin by saying history repeats itself. The terrible time that we're in now will stop. It will pass and we will move on to better times. History repeats. I'm not qualified, like our Rabbonim, to tell you about plagues that went back 3,500 years ago. I'll leave that to them. I'm not qualified medically to tell you why C-19 will go. But it would do so because I've studied history. And if we go back further in time, we can read about plagues and various other things that struck mankind and stopped, and then things improved. History will repeat itself. Please allow me to relate some things about plague over the last 500 years. In the 13th century, the conqueror Genghis Khan and his army spread plague across northern Europe. The Mughal Empire and Mediterranean world was slaughtered. In the 14th century, Europe was smitten by the Black Death, known as bubonic plague. 4,800,000 lives were taken. In the 15th century, after Columbus landed in the Americas, plague hit them too. Nearer to home, in London in 1666, we had the Great Fire of London, but the year previous to that, the plague hit the whole of central London. Many deaths occurred. People went into quarantine. Their homes were marked with a red cross across the doorposts and wording, Lord protect them. My wife Penny and I have been locked down for 3 months, the same as all of you. We've had to change our work conditions. Penny works in a Jewish school and for the past 3 months has been running the office from our TV room. There's no point in me marketing menswear when men are working at home in casual wear. They're not going to business meetings. If they are doing that, they're doing it on Zoom or Skype. There's no events going on, so I can't sell good suits and I can't be announcing at events. No weddings, no Masonic ladies' nights. Difficult times. So I've changed direction a little bit. I'm giving public speaking lessons via Skype and also selling PPE. We've altered. My personal history has changed. The history of the world is changing. C-19 is now going in the right direction. It's moving down things are moving up. We're slowly being released into normal life once again. History does repeat itself. I think we're going to get to a time where our grandchildren, our great-great-grandchildren, and those who follow on will read about history that we're making in this time. They won't be reading it on paper. They won't be reading it on parchment. They won't be reading it on screen or their iPhones. I wonder. History does move on. History repeats itself.